meant to get it.
Watch out for Salisbury. What the hell? If you don't have a face, you have to be dismissed. Come back when you grow a face. Omar, let me do the goddamn jokes. Yeah. What's Salisbury's first name?
Brian.
Who?
Brian.
I am just when you thought it was safe. It is absolutely, positively not. Thank y'all for being here on a Monday evening, and I promise not to let you ever think that this show is predictable. You know, and let me say good evening as I start out. I hope y'all had a nice weekend and all them other things go with the niceties. I'm expecting, what's his name? Brian Salisbury by here running for city council. And he'll be by here, I hope, in a little bit. Look, but let me say something and say good evening to the Cable Street Echoes. I had the opportunity yesterday to be with Dr. Harrington in Orange Mountain. They gave me the boundaries of Orange Mountain. Technically, and I didn't know it, that Pendleton is the boundary line for Orange Mountain. Anything across Pendleton going east ain't Orange Mountain, Cherokee, or whatever it is. But when Doc finished his speech yesterday and we were talking, Doc says to me, who was that idiot that you had on your show Friday night? I said, well, Doc, I met that idiot at your headquarters. Now let me tell y'all, let me talk about Friday night and I see this character Shafir Gamal. The first time that you ever got any numbers on your page is because you featured Thaddeus Matthews on your page. Up until now, you've been a nothing on Facebook, and after this, you'll go back to being the same nothing that you're not. Let me tell you about Friday night and the incident that took place here in this studio that almost became physical when I put a shyster out of the studio. I met this character, Osborne Sykes. I met him last Saturday at Dr. Harrington's caravan, taking folks to the boats. I don't remember him being on the caravan, but that's where I met him. I was sitting there eating two smoked sausage an orange drink, and some tater chips. Dale was sitting there, and this guy comes up to me. I've never seen him before, out of the blue, tells me that he has an organization uh, and that he wanted to come on my show and talk about unifying black men. That's a good subject. Unifying black men working together, black men not fighting each other, black men being able to get along. I said, okay, brother. I said, now, you can't come on my show for free because I don't know you. I don't know your track record. Normally, I charge $1,000 to come on my show with your project. I said, okay, you trying to help the black men. So if you got some money right now, I'm gonna give you a discount. I'm gonna do it for $600. So old boy got out his little card. He wanted me to do it for three. I said, no, I don't do three. I I don't even know how to count that low. So we did it. He came on the show on Friday night. I did not check him. I did no background on him, which is my fault. Absolutely my fault. I thought that because I met him at Dr. Harrington's campaign headquarters and that he was associated with a lieutenant that I've been knowing for years on the police force, I thought the idiot was okay. He came in and he had been drinking. He came in with two women. I think the white woman was his woman, right?
I don't know.
I think the white woman was his woman. And a black woman. He came in a lime green Easter Sunday morning suit. It made me remember Captain Curtis Lee, who worked for me, was the voice for years of Greg's I'm here, Burks, go to Burks. He came in, and I had a bad feeling when he walked in here. Couldn't be still. The girls were sitting over there. He walking, got a towel in his hand. When it came time to bring him on stage, he has an organization that he calls PFG 300 Strong Incorporated. Players for God in Christ. I sat him down, and he was aggressive from the very beginning. Then he said, I asked him, I said, okay, what's your plan? He said, you got it there on the paper. And after meeting him, I knew he did not write this plan. And anything that I write, I know. I could summarize anything that I write myself. So he became, because he did not want to answer the question what his plan was. Well, damn, he didn't have none. Anybody that sits here on an interview, be it a nothing ass nigga like him or a politician, you still got to be able to answer the question. You can't take me around the mulberry bush. I've been doing this too long. You can't distract me by taking me somewhere else. He did not want to answer the question because he had no plan. He wanted to put 300 men together to give him $100. Then when this Negro tells me, I just had, because I told him, ain't nobody gonna give you no money. Then when this nothing ass Negro, a non-factor of society, wanted to impress me with $300. I got $300 from somebody. Got a see? So I said, hey, I could smell the alcohol on him sitting here. He admitted on air he had had several drinks of wine. At this point, it's getting out of hand. I said, hey, Doc, you got to go. So the guy wants to get belligerent. Now, let me share some things with you that you may not be aware of. And why did you handle it the way that you handled it? Why didn't you knock the hell out of him? He's being aggressive. Well, many of you may or may not know I'm still on paper. From that incident in 2012 where they had to drop those charges, but they would not let me go, and they gave me a charge of tampering with evidence. I've been on paper for 5 years. I ain't got but a few more months to go. I don't see the probation officer but twice a year, and I might not have to see him no more, because as of June 5th, I'm off paper. Terms of my probation is that I can't carry. I'm gonna get my rights restored when all of this is over. I cannot be the aggressor in any type of violent situation. Now I can protect myself. There are those all across the city, and especially in upper government, that know that I'm on probation. Dale, let me give you what Dale's job is. Brian Salisbury is at the door. Let me give you what Dale's job is, other than managing Thaddeus Matthews Media, handling the business of Naked Truth Liberation and Empowerment Ministries. Dale, along with Sean Goldsmith, are my personal private security. Sean owns his own security company. He gets security people accredited. That's certification. Dale has went through executive protection training. Dale shoots a 98 on the firing range. She could have been a sharpshooter in another life. It is Dale's job that she paid very lucratively for, to make sure that I don't do stupid, because stupid will get me locked up. Understand that the greatest media voice that Dr. Harrington has right now is Thaddeus Matthews. If you can get Thaddeus Matthews violated, then you lose that voice. And there are security procedures that we have in this building, as well as security procedures that I have at Naked Truth. Did you let him in?
Yes.
Okay. In these type of situations, Dale handled it. Her response to me is for me to stand down. That's procedure. That's taught in executive security. He's 125 pounds. I'm 300 solid pounds. Well, a little fat here and there, but I'm 300 solid pounds. Okay? I don't give a damn about him or the wound that he slid out of. We found out, yes, I called the police. And good thing that I did. This studio is not my property. There is a procedure if things go wrong in this building that gets out of hand for the protection of this building, for the protection of the insurance on this building and all of this equipment in here. Police are called. But it became a good measure that I called police and police filed the proper paperwork because he took his bitch ass the next day to the Ridgeway precinct going to file charges against me as though I would not get the call the moment that you hit the door. They would not allow him because the report had already been made by me for him to file a retaliatory report. So that didn't do him no good. But now, let me say something about old Zachary. He's a con artist. His actions Friday night were planned actions. As I went back and started checking him after Friday night, we went all the way back to Sunday night, and he had made a post on his Facebook page, and on a guy by the name of Shafir, Saafir, Gamil, Gamil, where it was going to be him versus Thaddeus Matthews. Someone told him, you ain't ready for that show. He says, watch me turn up on that show. So his intentions were to come on this show and be disruptive. He didn't do anything for Dale to shoot him. Dale is well able to handle herself. Ask 3 of her ex-husbands. She's been trained from an early child in hand-to-hand combat. That's the reason I don't keep her around me for that damn smile.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. I keep her around because she can fight. I keep her around because she can use that weapon real well. That was a 98 she hit of the week. I don't know why you didn't get the 100.
We were taking turns. I was giving Bree time.
Oh, she was training her daughter to be an assassin. So, okay. But what he needs to understand, and I spent the morning at the Memphis Police Department, Ridgeway, and they had already watched the video from the other night, and they heard the threats. Now, let me say something to him because he tried to get his money back today by saying that we stole his card. Sir, $600, I promise you, means absolutely, positively nothing to me. But we sent in to the card company, our card company, or my card company, copy of the contract. Now let me tell you something. I had said I was going to give him $300. I ain't giving you a motherfucking thing. Because when I looked at my contract, it says appearance. Did he not appear on the Thaddeus Matthews show? I ain't giving you nothing. And then when I go back and I see that you planned it, and then when the little thing where you was acting like you was tough, what you gonna do to me, but you didn't get away from there. Because see, all I needed you to do was to put your hands on them, and then I can't get caught up in the probation thing. Because see, it's a girl down there at the probation office that don't like me. And she runs to my probation officer on anything she think I say or do on this show. But I'm telling her right now, she can kiss my ass. The entire black inside of my ass. I don't give a damn about you reporting me. I know what I'm doing with this TV show. And I know what I can and can't say that's going to get me violated. So I ain't giving you nothing, okay? I ain't giving you not one crying dime. Since you want to say that I stole your card for $600, hell no. But what Sean has recommended is that we get Dale Taser certified. Oh, Jesus. So we're going to get Dale Taser Omar, you gone. See, he had when we were going through our little thing here in the studio, he had that old ugly ass girl with him filming. We put him out of the building even before the police got here. The police got here as an after fact. We had already put him out of the building. And I'll say this to him because I'm sure he was watching. Oh, he is watching. Doc, I ain't what you want. Not 101 by yourself. I'm 300 pounds and well capable of taking care of me. But I'm not going to jeopardize my freedom. I'd get out of it 9 times out of 10, but I got to go to jail. I got to pay a bond. I got to pay a lawyer. And you ain't worth it, bro. I got too much going on around the country to be worrying with a nobody like you. And the reason that I call you a nothing ass scheming Negro, your corporation, PFG 300 Strong Incorporated, that you say is a religious organization, a non-profit corporation, You don't even have a charter. The state of Tennessee took your charter away. It's been dissolved. You're not even a legal entity. They took your paperwork from you. It says Osborne Z. Sykes Jr., 4,000 Country Birch Cove, that your ain't no good no more. You don't have a charter any longer in the state of Tennessee. And if you're raising any money for this organization and you're calling yourself a non-profit organization, you are committing fraud. And I want you to know that anything that I can do that's going to make your life miserable, I'm going to do it. I want you to know that. You came in here clowning. We put your ass out. That's that on that. Come in here with a damn lime green suit. I don't know why he wasn't invisible on the damn camera with this green screen behind me. Should have been invisible. He was at first and then you fixed it. Oh, should have left his ass invisible. But he came in here, yes, the police were called. Police did not get here until we had put him out of the street. We believe, and I believe, that maybe the Strickland campaign sent you to Dr. Harrison's camp to infiltrate, to find out what's going on, maybe to count on last Saturday how many people went to the polls on those 6 vans. Maybe that was it. Maybe they sent you after me because I don't know you. You want to spend money on the Thaddeus Matthews show to talk about black unity. Well, damn it, we ain't got no unity, brother. You don't like me and I don't like you. Plain and simple. But what calling the police does, it gives me a record so that if I feel threatened again, or I feel intimidated, or I feel as though my precious body is in danger, that I'm within my legal rights to do whatever I have to do to protect me. My good friend, the lieutenant, you see that there? There.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
And let me let you know, sir, you tried to go to my card company and you tried to get your money back. But they just sent a notice, hell, that they ruled in my favor. They know you're a con artist too. That's the reason I keep paper. I contracted with you for you to appear on the Thaddeus Matthews show. You appeared for 30 minutes. You got you a moment of fame. Now you back to being a nothing ass nigga that don't nobody give a damn about but that white girl that's falling up behind you with her crazy ass. Now please understand, I can pull anything that I want on you at any time that I want on you. Take your miserable self and maybe Jim Strickland will give you some more monies, okay? But I shall remain a voice in this community for Dr. W. Harrington. And if you one of them niggas that Jim Strickland has purchased, he got your ass cheap, didn't he? They're gonna be watching for you around the Heritage organization. Okay? Doc, you ain't got no wind here. Now, if I had a told Dale, cause she follows orders good sometimes, to dust your ragged ass at 125 pounds, you would have been nothing but pieces of scrap green suit wearing. And don't know why to wear no damn polyester in the damn summertime. The day the first day of fall too, and he can wear it now, can't he? It's a fall. But lime green, okay. But Negro, please know that my arm reaches in a lot of places. Me and the police laughed at your ass this morning. The lieutenant down there he looked at the thing and he kept saying, where the plan at? He ain't, Lieutenant, he ain't got no plan. His plan was to infiltrate the Heritage campaign. His plan was to maybe cause me some misery. Maybe he wanted me to do something to him so he think he could sue me. But you in this studio, but what this has taught me is that on people outside of the political ring, when they appear on this show, there's going to be a sheet, an appearance sheet that they must sign. All right, I done spent enough time on that nothingness. Did I see Brian Salisbury? Where he at?
He was in the hallway on the phone.
Huh?
There he is. He coming.
Mr. Salisbury?
Yes, sir.
You ready to come on up here?
Let's rock and roll.
Okay. No, not yet. I'm gonna take a commercial break. It's hot in here too.
Yes, it is.
Brian Salisbury is back. He was a little concerned the last time he was here about the questions, but here's what I say to any politician that comes on the show. I ain't gonna ask you nothing that's hard. I ain't gonna ask you nothing that's Greek. I ain't gonna ask you nothing in Hebrew. I can only count in Spanish. I can say my name. I can say Buenos dias, como está usted. That's all I can say. The questions that I ask politicians are questions they are supposed to know if they're going to represent our community. So I'm gonna keep him, I ain't gonna even keep him no long time. I'm gonna keep him about 30 minutes. Let him tell you, I'm gonna ask him one or two questions. Gotta make him feel comfortable and feel like he at home. Ask him a few little questions and let him tell you why you should vote for him. Then I want to go through some of the numbers of early voting. Only 22,000 people have voted, which is down almost 9,500 from 2015. But since Thursday or Friday, the numbers have been going up. And then when I look at, especially in the council districts, when I look at the numbers, it might not be as bad as we think. But anyway, I'm gonna take a commercial break. Then I'm gonna bring on Brian Salisbury to about 8 o'clock. And then we'll continue on here on the Thaddeus Matthews Show. Whew, I'm burning up.
It's hot.
Have y'all got the air? Is the air on at all?
She turned it on before she left, and she told me she gonna leave it on until she
Huh?
gets back tomorrow.
So what?
She turned it on. Debbie turned it on.
Woo!
Yeah, it is a little warm. They got the water.
I'm so hot.
Wait a minute, hey, that's how that shit started Friday. Don't be
What's
asking for no water.
That's how I started off. What? I ain't seen that on it, but I heard.
You ain't supposed to water in there. I don't.
Don't let it jinx you.
I think it's a fountain down there.
Is there a water fountain down there? Which way?
This way.
By the bathroom. Ain't one by the
I
bathroom?
thought it was one down this way.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Don't make me laugh.
Yeah, Princess, you gone.
All right. Should I jump on up? We're good?
Mhm.
All right. What's going on?
Man, just hot. Just working hard. How you think the campaign going?
It's, you know what, I think it's going good, but it's not going, well, I still want to see great. Is this where I sit?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think you're gonna see great.
Well,
I think
you think
everybody in the
it's
race gonna be satisfied with the numbers.
and that's part of the reason I came on this show, was to talk about how important it is, this election. But you don't think it's gonna be great?
I think you'll probably get another. I think because it rained today,
That slowed it down, son.
you gonna, huh?
That did slow it down, son. I want a little piece of paper. It did slow it down, I could tell that. We've been out there all day.
What precinct were you at?
I was at Third. I went over to Glenview. Went by, that was the biggest one, Third. And that rain did kind of tamper things down a little bit. Is that light hitting me okay there? I know
You gotta
sometimes
tee that far out there. Should be that.
all right. Yeah, remember the rap advertising. Your guy did the commercial, all right? Am I right?
For which one?
For Nicole.
Yeah.
See, I really wish I would have.
Huh?
That guy that did that commercial, remember we talked about that?
Huh?
I wish I would have rolled with him.
Yeah.
Cause I remember we talking about that. But I was already deep on that, cause I like the way it was laid out.
Because your commercial is not impressive.
What?
Okay.
Well, thank you. I had already spent some funds.
Yeah. How much you had to pay for that?
Yeah, you know, it was, I just say, it was at least 2 times what you talked about. But the thing of it was that when you go off people making these recommendations, and you really hadn't had someone to say, well, but life is
The hell, you see the quality of what I do.
Yeah, you told me when we talked, when we sat down, you said there's a guy that, he could get it done.
Mm-hmm. And we have a one day turnaround.
I still might. I thought about that, yes, today actually. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is a little warm. I like the way it got that.
I did that one.
I'm gonna get his number before I leave.
Oh, I gotta move this.
Yeah.
Gotta talk up.
Okay.
Where am I hearing it at? On TV? Okay.
To everyone at any time, you need someone you can trust because you need Clark Bell Company. For over 20 years, Clark Bell Company has helped our clients get back to their daily lives with as little disruption as possible. We'll treat you with the respect and dignity you deserve.
Clark Bell Company, where everybody is somewhere. Now with its second location, serving Somerville, Oakland, Tipton, and Lauderdale County.
Hello, City of Memphis. I'm Brian Salisbury. I'm asking for your support.
You see how the lighting is?
Huh?
The lighting on my
Uh-huh.
computer, it's, even though you're outside, I don't think the angle was what it was supposed to be.
And 5, 4, 3, 2.
And welcome back to the Thaddeus Matthews Show. And my guest is Brian Salisbury. Second appearance.
Yeah, no, third appearance.
Is this your third?
No,
This is your second
No,
appearance.
I'm talking about on the show. This is my third time being on the show.
Okay, but
As
for
far
this
as
election,
Second appearance.
Brian was on about a month or so ago,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't like all the
No,
questions.
that
asked.
wasn't what I said.
What you said, Brian?
Well, here's the thing. First, the points. We talked a little bit about what
The who?
COAC, the community.
Yeah,
yeah.
Coed.
And I did go back and because it's important to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because one, community policing and creating a greater relationship with the community, that holds dear to my heart.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that when people make suggestions, I want.
A little bit closer to him. You picking me up all right though.
You can't. Can you hear me better now?
You still got me? All right.
All right. And one thing I learned on that because it was important. Initially, when we mentioned the term COAC, I instantly thought about an acronym. Like MAD. Mothers Against Drunk Driving. So I went through and I sourced out and from this is all pure hearsay. So I couldn't source it like through a Tipperary, Google and all that type of stuff. So what I did was I went and called on Michael Gray, the campaign manager for Dr. Harrington.
Okay.
Because he was a police officer, and I learned through that he actually put me in touch with some people that actually worked on the COAC as officers on the COAC program.
Okay.
So it came out around about 1991. And at the time, I probably right around about 12, 13 years of age. So that gives a little
You
thought
what?
to about 12, 13. Yeah,
In 91?
yeah. Cause that and so I said, well, I see, but the bigger thing was that I didn't get the amount of information that I was looking for on the program. But interesting enough, I'm glad you mentioned that because when I went back and I did as much investigation as I could, I found out that the program was phased out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is what they did, Thaddeus. What happened was this program was centered around largely prevention.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like remember Blue Crush with Godwin and all of that?
Mhm.
When someone is arrested, there's a database that can be put into where we made number of arrests and yada, yada, yada. Well, with prevention, it's not so. So if little Johnny, if the police officers are making a relationship with little Johnny and little Johnny says to the officer, yeah, my big brother said they're gonna do a hit over here.
Mhm.
There was no real quantification to that analysis. So Dr. Harrington is, interesting enough, Dr. Harrington is responsible for the establishment of that program. I come to find out, he and Michael Gray actually went out to the best of my memory, was New Orleans as well as New York. And what they did was they extracted from those programs in those areas to implement something here in Memphis. Now, the officer I spoke with, I can't give his name because of he works for Strickland, I don't want to call that, but the officer that I grilled over the program, he stated that that during the second administration, it just wasn't favorable after Dr. Harrington, and you know who I'm speaking of.
Sure.
Okay, so with that,
Gordon.
you know what I'm saying? So with that, the analysis really couldn't, be reflected on paper.
But I think that when we go back and we look at the old COAC unit, it was great for prevention. I knew in the North Memphis area, there was a COAC unit in New Chicago.
Right.
There was one in a house right across
Right.
from Northside High.
Right.
There was several in Westwood. I think that one of the things that kept the numbers down was the interaction that police officers had
You are
with the
exactly
community.
right. Now, not to cut you off, but one thing I want to mention, that particular program even had a Boy Scout component to it.
Right.
So now you've taken it to a point whereby it's actually mentorship to it, really to a degree. So.
When I look at this race that you're in, Super District 8, Position 2, there are basically 4 of you in that race.
Right.
You, Craig Littles, Frank Williams, and Cheyenne.
Frank Johnson.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Frank William Johnson. I read it wrong. And Cheyenne Johnson. And Cheyenne, it ain't too late, baby. You need some advertising. Because
It is too late, baby.
no, it ain't. I'll still take your money.
Don't do it, Shane. Don't do it, Shane.
Folks need to know you're out here. Nobody
He don't
knows
need
you're
no
out
money,
here.
Shane. He got plenty of money.
I ain't, the season over now. Yeah. But
He'll
when
take it
you-
after the 4th.
when I look at Cheyenne, I look at Mr. Frank Johnson, who I don't know at all, and I've seen 1 or 2 signs. You got Craig Littles in this race and yourself. What makes you the best candidate?
I'm glad you asked that.
I'm sure you are. I'm sure you got an answer for it.
But that is, when I say this, I want to first preface, I respect all the people that are in the race. Now, here's one thing I say. I wish all of these politicians, or however they want to be themselves, politicians should understand we are here to serve the public. The public isn't here to serve us. See, now that might sound like a small thing, but that's something I first want to start out with. But here's what really separates me. One, if you go back and you look, I even say we all care, but it's not about caring. If you go apply for a job, they want to know, do you have the skill set?
Okay.
So here's a little bit about my skill set. I have a business association degree in finance from Howard. I have a certification in management from Harvard. Right now, I'm finishing up my 3rd semester in Georgetown online with my master's in technology management. With that being said, I've spent over 20 years as a real estate agent, now broker, for the past 8 years in the state of Tennessee. I redeveloped the old Getwell Gardens, also, which is down the street from here, and also I redeveloped National Properties, which I want to bid through HUD of Atlanta. And I'm one of the few African Americans that were fortunate enough early in his lifetime, thank God, to receive state awarded tax credits. Now, here's why I'm saying this. The position of the council is largely an administrative budgetary analysis position. None of these candidates compare to me, in my opinion, in this area, because of the schooling I got, on top of the educational, on top of the career experience I've gained through the years. Now, with that being said, if you look at their background, no disrespect to other candidates, I know some of them have been in police. I've also served as a former military guy in the Air Force. So, with that being said, I know holistically, the experience I get, you're not going to get a better negotiator at the table and someone understanding the numbers like I do. And that's not being disrespectful to the other candidates, that's just simply saying the knowledge I've gained through the years from the education as well as the professional experience I've got. Now, look at it this way. If you and I were to go in business, and we're not talking about $100,000 company. Let's say we want to run $100 million company. Then you want to be with someone that's actually done some $100 million deals. So that's what I'm concerned.
So you did some $100 million.
Not only that, if you go back and look in the Washington Post, when I was about 28, there's an article in the Washington Post that has my name. You Google DSG Baseball and Brian Salisbury, you'll see members of my organization. That deal roughly was a $748 million that I worked on in Washington, D.C. to help get what now is the Washington Nationals to that city. My plan was put there. We worked with people to get that organization from Vancouver, Major League Baseball team, over into Washington. I was a part of it. That's documented. Also, in my background, while living in Washington, D.C., I've worked for an organization called Overseas Private Investment Corporation. That organization basically would take U.S. business people that were looking to expand into what we call emerging markets, markets that may not be as fluid as the U.S. or Europe. I was over the Latin American region. My deal analysis for those organizations, which I funded, rests between $100 million to $2 billion.
Now, I hear you're saying, Dale,
Yes.
come fix this. I don't know what happened on the Instagram. I hear you with all of the numbers, and that's great. And a lot of what you deal with on the council has to deal with property.
And budget.
It has to deal with budget. It has to deal, you've got one guy already on the council that is a financial planner,
Right.
and that's Martavius
Right.
Jones. So having these skills is something that you need. But when you talk to the average Joe Blow
How do you-
citizen
Right,
that don't, you
No.
know, can't hardly count to 10,
I understand.
okay? Their interest is, what is it, if I push the button, the level of check off
Right,
Brian Salisbury name as my representative,
right. What do I get?
what do I get?
and I'm gonna
I
say-
hear you with the numbers,
No,
but what you gonna
Now,
do
let
for
me-
the community?
Now, let me tell you here. Right now, the proposed budget is about $708 million for the city. $250 million of that, 250 is about allocated to the police. Now, with that being said, what I'm interested, number one, I do believe that the police should get their full benefits.
Okay.
Very similar to what we get in the military. If you're injured, you should have benefits. And let's understand something about benefits. And I used to be a registered investment advisor, but that's another story. But let me express something about benefits. You know, when you go to the doctor and you give your insurance card, that insurance company does not pay for everything.
Mhm.
It only pays a portion of what the true bill is. So that's one thing. Another thing that I do believe, we've been talking about transportation in this city would matter. You know, quite frankly, that is, I'm just a little pissed off at matter. And here's why I said it. I said this years ago, and I'm talking about, we're talking about 4, 6 years ago. You know, matter, and we hear that now that the mayor of the county may put forth a plan whereby to tax anyone with having 3 or more vehicles. But you know, every time you look at matter, you see them got these buses, all their signage on their buses print. And you go to any progressive city, you see digitized signs.
Okay.
So you got advertising going all day long. I'm just concerned that matter is not tapping all of the necessary resources to really pull in dollars that could really keep that organization going better than what it is.
So when we talk about matter, let's talk about matter. The transportation service in this city is antiquated.
It is.
Okay. There are persons who work outside of the bus boundaries in East Memphis. Let's go out to the Nike warehouse and places out there on Holmes Road where temporary services are sending people, and you're sending people into these areas that don't have transportation.
Right.
As a council person, what do you see needs to happen to strengthen the bus service and be able to allocate service to those persons who work in those industrial areas that don't have transportation?
Well, the first thing is you gotta, every organization that succeeds has to have the right leadership. I'm not saying that the leadership has to be replaced, but I'm saying the leadership has to be looked upon. But because at the end of the day, it's all about revenue generation.
Okay.
You know, if I'm outside looking in and say, well, listen, you know, why are there no digital signs on site? For instance, to advertise, you know the cost that I paid. would
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
Now, think about this.
I sure
What-
hope you're going to the runoff. So
No, it's no. That's the blessing. There's no runoff.
I'm sure, yeah, it's winter daddy.
In the
Oh.
super districts.
In the
Now,
super
but
districts.
you might could pick up some in the districts.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Well, somewhere I feel like you'd be all right, knowing you. But anyway, that's the thing that I said, we have to start with the leadership. Now, you and I can take this bus over here down Getwell, and I bet you it's gonna take at least an hour and a half to get down from, I would say, Getwell up
And
here,
American Way.
and American Way down here. That's if the bus is running on time.
Okay.
So my concern is, why are we having we know the issues, why don't we put more routes in where people are going? They know that warehousing is right down the street here. We see plenty of people working
So
up there.
as a council person,
What would I do?
yes,
The idea is to weigh on the mayor and because the mayor is the one that put forth that makes the recommendation to the board on matters. So what I would do is push for the mayor to make the right recommendation to implement these kinds of innovative ideas that I'm talking about. That's simple as that. The print is over with. Digital advertisement is the new form.
when we look, where are, and I asked you this the last time, what are the areas that encompass 8-2?
Let me say this, and you asked me that, and I went off zip codes, but you wanted areas. So you do have Fraser, but you have parts of Raleigh.
Okay.
It's gerrymandered through there where parts. So one street over, it could be another situation. Now with that, you go all the way out to East Memphis. You got Whitehaven, Tullahoma. All these areas are inclusive. If you were to take the city of Memphis and draw a line through it, it represents Super District 8. Now, what happens is that you got District 3, you got District 4, you got District 6, you got District 7. All of them rest in Super District 8.
Okay.
Make sense?
Right.
Okay.
I mean, every
And we got
district.
3 Super District
Right,
people.
right. Everybody gets the opportunity
Now-
to elect 4
Now-
different council
Right,
persons.
but here, exactly. But what has come forth is that I'm hearing just out, visiting with the people, is that some people really want their own district leader and not necessarily have a super district person.
Okay.
So instead of there being, 3 super district individuals, it would be broken up to where you represent, which in some cases it could be beneficial to the candidate, because if you're advertising, that means you got to expand much further out with your dollars. So that's a thought.
So when we look at most of the portions of your area is inner city.
All of it.
Okay, so when we look at the infrastructure of downtown Memphis, and we see developers building up downtown, the
Right.
riverfront, and things of this nature,
Right.
as a council person, what do you present to your constituents that can be done to economically empower those communities?
Now, I'm gonna tell you, I'm glad you spoke on that, Thaddeus, because here's one thing I want you to think about. I want you to really hear me on this. Given a incentive, we'll just say incentive for now, or pilot, for downtown development, in my opinion,
Uh-huh.
is a waste of taxpayer dollars.
Okay.
Okay, and here's why I'm saying that. You have areas in Fraser, you have areas in parts of Hickory Hill, areas even outside of Elvis Presley that could use that type of incentive. Why would you incentivize a place whereby right now, I looked at the rent roll for downtown, it's over 92%.
Okay.
So that tells me that the interest level of going to that particular sector of the market is very high. What you want to do is incentivize those areas where it isn't that it isn't that the case. So, but also too, I'm just not interested in the dichotomy of looking at developers from the outside as well as developers that have come from big money, from family money. I want to be able to be a conduit for those that were like me, that are interested in developing, but they can't afford the bond. They're interested in doing business with the city, but they can't get the financing. And one of the concerns that we have to look at, especially as, and I'm specifically speaking to black folks, because one of the things I mentioned to you about our city is that black folks in Memphis got to learn how to be comfortable with other black folks making money.
Okay.
So it's a psychological thing we got to really tackle. I know it may sound a little off, but it is true. What I mean by that is, when you look at a city like ours, and then you're talking about less than 10% of contract participation, less than 5% is in really contract participation by minorities. There's a real problem because no other municipality that has a large portion of ethnicity in it, we'll just say African ethnicity, you don't see that level of a disparity.
So let me ask you this, though, Brian. There are many black businesses, contractors, and others who would like to do vendorship with the city. Would you be a set a proposal in place that the city of Memphis, if we are over 70% of the population, that X number of contracts must be done with black businesses?
I'm gonna tell you that is absolutely, but here's one thing we have to talk about. That is, we have to get our companies and these young, bright African American individuals the opportunity to be in a place where they can tap it.
Okay.
That's a big part. That is, when I first started out, I lost so many contracts because my father wasn't a Vanderbilt or it just wasn't that. And for most African Americans, that's just not the case.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, we have to implement programs whereby it would induce the banks as well as induce more SBA participation for our businesses within our area, so that when the banker funds it, they have some insurance, but at the same time, our people can get an opportunity to even try to go after the company.
Will you be accessible to the people in the community? Would they be able to call Brian Salisbury and say, Mr. Salisbury, I've got this issue. I got blight in my community.
You know what? Did you see my email post? My company actually down the street from here, I can't think of the apartment. It's at Chulahoma and Winchester. You remember that big old apartment?
Right.
3 weeks ago, we were contracted to clear out all that blight in that area.
Okay.
So, but that is, let me look at this here. What if we had a situation whereby we have a significant amount of homelessness? We have and as well as jobs, livable wages is an issue too in our city.
Okay.
I don't believe that a man or a woman working 8 hours all day and at the end of the week they can't support their family. I don't go for that.
Okay.
We're gonna have to rebalance that and start with our community. I'm gonna tell you now, it's a blessing in our situation because we're not so big as what I consider to be a city and we're not so small that I call a little town.
Okay.
We have some attributes about our city. We have the river, we have air with FedEx, rail, trucking, as you know. All the trucks intersect, go either out to New York or California, right in our area. We have some areas that we can tap, unlike any other area. And we have to continue to capitalize off that. Now, with that being said, one of the things I want to push, I have a vision for this city to be the Silicon Valley of the South. We have a lot of bright minds in this city, technological bright. That's why I went back to school, because these kids are doing things that are, you had the Industrial Revolution. You had all these different revolutions, when people went from cotton, picking cotton, then they went to the cotton gin, and it went on and on and on. Now we at a technology area. These kids are starting companies, Thaddeus, that they might be worth $100 million overnight. Our kids need to participate in that, and be incentivized to start here.
Let me get you to do this, and you did much better this time.
It wasn't Thaddeus. You asked me a question when I was 12 years old. I didn't know nothing about it.
Hell, I didn't know how old you were.
You're the one.
Hell, I was grown.
I didn't went to school.
So I want you to look into that camera right there. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes to tell the citizens of District 8, Position 2, why they shouldn't vote for Cheyenne, Frank William Johnson, or Craig Littles, that they should give you their vote, and that you are the best representative that they can get.
Holistically speaking, I come with the skill set. If you were being represented in court, you would want the best attorney to represent you. You want someone first with the skill set. My financial background, my budgetary analysis background, the education I received is the first step. The second step is being in this city as a business owner and seeing how various disenfranchisement goes on. We have what I call infrastructure disenfranchisement. In our city, you might have over in the inner cities, the roads don't get paid. But over on Walnut Grove, the roads seem to always look good. And there's plenty of traffic over there, so they can't say it doesn't have enough traffic. Underground utilities, you'll see that some of the beautiful infrastructure lighting in those areas, but when you come to largely minority areas, you see lighting and wiring all over the place. Those are some real concerns that I'm concerned about. Just the other day, I saw an article where it talked about Orange Mound residents. Their value has decreased over the past 10 years, I think the article mentioned. Where in the world can you go and real estate decrease like that when you talk about home valuation? I don't buy into that. I don't believe that. I am against that. I'm concerned about who's doing the analysis. You can't tell me the properties down in downtown, in Midtown. That area is spreading sporadically through our city, and it will be continuous development. Those properties, I'm concerned about that, as well as I'm concerned about transportation. I'm concerned about livable wages in our city. I'm concerned about, at the end of the day, if it's going to be gentrification, it needs to be proper gentrification, where minority players have an opportunity at the table to actually be a part of the financial benefit of the city. So those are just a few of the things that I see. But the biggest thing that I will leave you is that you have a highly qualified person. I don't know the salary of a council member, but I tell you this, it doesn't equate to what I make in the private sector market, not even by 1%.
I think it's about 30,000.
Okay, well, 30,000. Just doing that deal over there, I tell you right there, I got in that one weekend, it was half of that. So you be the guest. And so this is about bringing some of the tools as well as knowledge that I've gained in Washington, D.C., Boston, as well as New York, in Atlanta, and bringing some of those beautiful attributes and learning experience back to our city. We need light rail. I would love for us to be the center hub for light rail in our city. I think in my opinion, Delta still should have been here. Delta shouldn't have even been in Atlanta. Delta should have been here, because if you think about it,
You're in the 3 minutes now.
there we go. See, you did that last time. Look at me and count down.
I gave you 2 minutes.
Well, I
And
don't have no clock.
I've let you go over a little
Okay,
bit.
but look, let me say this, Dad,
Okay.
before I go. Thank you for having me back on, because it's important that people get the right information. And COAC does not stand for community officer. It stands for community action. So it's not an acronym like MAD and all those other things. So that's important. I want us to be knowledgeable, because the good book says that my people perish for the lack of knowledge, and let's not perish for that.
All right, early voting still is.
One other thing, if you're interested in volunteering for me,
Do
paid
who?
volunteering. If they
Oh, paid.
paid volunteer, if you're interested.
Wait a minute, paid and volunteer don't go the same.
I'm gonna tell you why I
That's
say
an
that.
oxymoron.
No, I'm gonna tell you why I say that. Because somebody's gonna say, well, I need to get paid X, where the other part is volunteering. This is the basis. So if you're interested in being a part of my campaign and volunteering and getting some money, I'm looking for.
How much you paying? I ain't got nothing to do the next few days.
Dad, I don't want to even put you out there. You get us killed, man. You get us
But
killed.
how much you paying your workers? You paying them $100 a day?
I pay my workers right around $80 a day.
$80 a day.
I do.
So when you need them,
I need them now. I mean, I need them the days that I don't know what our forecast look like, but I
write
would say
write me down a number so that I can tell the folks that need to make $80 a day. That's tomorrow
but I definitely need them on the 3rd.
on the 3rd. $80.
You know what I'm saying, on the 3rd of election day.
Okay.
Uh,
Do they get lunch?
yeah, because I need lunch.
So you gonna give them $80 and provide lunch.
And I want about a good 10 to 15 people. But here's a prerequisite.
How many you need?
About 10 to 15.
10 or 15.
But here's
How
the
old they
thing.
gotta be?
I don't want anybody that don't want to walk.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I don't want anybody that don't want to walk, and I want people with pleasant spirits that are interested in what I'm promoting. I don't want to deal with someone that just want to sit there all day.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I go by some of these polling,
What'd you say?
she trying to get a job for her daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she ain't but 17 now.
Don't hey, I don't. If you're over 16, you can work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be the mom.
Yeah, funny man. I'll put your daughter out like that.
But he gave me his number. I'm gonna give the number out a little bit. I'll put the number on there, Brian. If you want to work, now that means you got to run up to them people and give them that little piece of paper.
But everybody's not pleasant, and you just have to learn how to be
Yeah,
pleasant.
you got to have a pleasant
Spirit.
attitude and
Right.
don't be frowning and
And
stuff.
all that mean mugging.
All
they
that
say.
mean mugging
That's right.
folk and stuff. All right, my guest has been, and he made it through.
Yeah.
He had a
I'm finna get some
plan.
water.
Huh?
I'm finna get some water right
We'll go get some. All right.
I'm gone, man. Is that-
Brian, no, let me go to commercial.
Okay.
Brian Salisbury running for Super District 8, Position 2. If you have been impressed with him, Cheyenne, girl,
Don't even listen. Don't listen
huh?
to. Don't listen.
Cheyenne.
Shy.
If you don't do no advertising, you gonna lose, girl. Don't nobody even know you're in the race.
They do now, cause you give call her name.
Huh?
Get your money, man.
They think she an Indian.
Yeah.
The Cheyenne Indians.
Oh, okay. Yes, I ain't gonna get in that with you, man. Good seeing you.
Yeah, hey, look, y'all gotta advertise. Y'all want folks to go vote for you. Y'all still got time, and y'all can get me at a good price. Cause y'all gotta go all the way to next Thursday.
I think October 3rd.
Oh, that's next Thursday.
Yeah, that's fine.
Get a little radio and TV too, cause he on the TV and on my radio show. All right, Brian Salisbury,
Thank you, Thad.
Super District 8, Position 2. If you have been impressed tonight, Cause he throw that stuff at y'all, them numbers and all this stuff, and you've been impressed, give him your vote.
I'm here
We'll
to
be-
serve.
Thank you, Brian. We'll be back after these commercial messages.
Thank you, man.
All right, sir, you did well.
Yeah, thank you.
You did much better than before.
Man, a tough ass. I tell you, I'm
It
13.
wasn't no tough ass question.
Man, them questions, I ain't wasn't old enough.
So I didn't know how old you were.
Yeah, I ain't graduated until 94.
I was good grown.
I'm
How old are you?
42.
Oh, shit. I'm 20 years older than you.
I'm gone, Thaddeus. I got
You
it.
left
Thank you,
him
sir.
the number?
Love you, brother.
Huh?
So he left you the
Yeah,
number?
I did.
Yeah.
Be good, man. I don't know what's gonna help, but just do the best you can. All right, kid. All right, I'm out here. I gotta go. Campaign some more. Y'all be safe.
All right.
You gotta show.
Yes, he did much better this time than he did last. Selena, I'm 20 years older than you, baby. But I'm an old man with young ideas. Damn, y'all was in diapers? Damn. Mm.
Oh, that's the job, block
Huh?
party thing. I was trying to see what commercial that was.
That'll make sure that security company gets in.
Make sure the security company's on.
Baby, I ain't worried about your age. I got something for that ass.
Sean. Cause it threw me too, I was like, huh? I had to think about it.
What you said?
We was trying to figure out the name of it. And she, oh, here you go, right here, okay.
Yeah, he did much better this time than he did.
Much better. Even though some of your folks are about to turn them out.
Said what? Oh, they want them $80?
No,
Well,
$80 ain't no money.
if you ain't got $9, you ain't gonna make
They
$9.
said he sound like a freak.
Sound like a what?
Freak.
How freaks sound? Like me, though.
I was just gonna say.
Well, I was on the radio this morning. Somebody said, "Ooh, he's so nasty." I am.
There you go.
He's so freakish. I am. He do them nasty things. I do.
We need some water. You don't have any water in your car.
Tell her to get ready to put up my that Cash App thing.
He said, get ready to put up the tank.
You like a freaky man? Well, baby, that's me. I'm so nasty. How nasty you like it, Selena? Woo, it's hot. What a fan? They used to have a fan they put right there in the door.
Well, they had the air fix since then.
Shit. Oh, I'm all that girl.
They said when you look up the word freak, your picture be in there.
Yeah, look up the word freak, and I'm the definition, baby. And I ain't ashamed. Too old to be ashamed now. In fact, I'm under the heading super freak. Remember that song there?
Yes,
That was before your time.
that was not before my time.
Super freak. That wouldn't go with my blues show in the morning.
No.
I got one more play in the morning. I wanna do something freaky to you. Yeah, I'm gonna play that in the morning. Ain't gotta gas me up, motherfucker. I'm what your daddy wanted to be with your mama. Yes, I'm a candy licker. You ain't? If you ain't eating the candy, brother, somebody else eating it. Beast mode, you gone. Boy, y'all need to tune into my blues show in the morning. It be for grown folk. What's a good price to go all the way until the 3rd? Do you realize, brothers, that the first thing you eat is pussy? It is. The first pussy you ever ate was your mama's pussy.
Thank you, T.
It do be needles. And I invite you to join me in the morning for Grown Folk Blues. Ooh, it's for grown folk. It ain't for the children. Let the children go on to school, because I play Grown Folk Blues from 6 until 9 Central Time. Those of you around the country, y'all can catch me on the Tune In app. The Tune In app. Just put in WMQM. Oh, it gets nasty and freaky and things in the morning time. I play the kind of blues that sometimes them girls can't even get up out the bed. They be there pleasuring themselves. Can I use that word? They be pleasuring themselves and can't get up. Ooh, that is bad. Oh, that is bad. Play that again. Friday morning, I am going to do what I call the Soul Heaven Blues Review. I ain't gonna play nothing but the dead blues singers on Friday morning. It's gonna be a show. You're gonna hear some of the best of Johnny Taylor. I'm gonna play a bunch of his hits. I'm gonna probably let him close the show out. I'm gonna play a lot of Bobby Blue Bland, a lot of Lil Milton Campbell. Who else did? Got to throw in some Marvin Cease. He got to go in there too. Uh, Denise LaSalle. Gotta put some Denise LaSalle. She in, oh, let me put this mic back over here. She in Soul Heaven as well. Yes. So it's going to be the Soul Heaven Blues Review on Friday morning. That's going to be the whole morning. Is going to be the Soul Heaven Blues Review. I'm trying to find a little bit of Soul Heaven. Let's see. I was trying to get me a little bit of Soul Heaven. These youngsters don't know nothing about Johnny Taylor and look. Wait. Oh yeah, somebody remind me. B.B. King did too. Yep. Yeah. You had to stand in line. I might throw him in there. Sitting on the dock of the bay. Lenny is not dead. Somebody said, don't forget Lenny. He's still alive. ZZ Hill. Okay, I'll get it. Somebody wants to know who sang Booger Bear under that. He did too. I might have to do it every Friday because there's so many of them dead. That's Ollie Nightingale. He's the one who sings You Got a Booger Bear under that. He also sings I'll Drink Your Bath Water, Baby. He gets that last little bit out the corner. But join me on this Friday morning. In fact, join me in the morning. Join me in the morning for the best in blues. You can't get it nowhere better than I do it. Ooh, he who can beat me playing the blues, his mama and daddy ain't even met yet. Yeah. I told a girl this once. I said, girl, let me tell you something. I like you so much, baby. Fill your tub all the way up. Okay, I'm gonna stop that song. Wait a minute. Selena, that wasn't, see, you made me cut that record off. You know what Selena on Instagram said? All she could think about was if she fart in the water. You can't drink this new age bath water. Okay. Thank you, Selena. You made me cut the record off. I'll play it in the morning though. Damn. That's nasty, Selena. Cause folks do fart in the water. Make them bubbles. Blue. Cause I done farted in the water before. I'm talking about how I know. You have too. Everybody done farted in the water.
God has not.
Yes, I have.
No, we have not.
And then you wash your face.
Wash your face with what?
The people that fart in the water. How did we get on this? The people that fart in the water, they don't stop taking a bath, dude. Okay. I guess I'll wash them under my arm so I won't stink them under my arm with this fart water. Okay. That's something to think about. I bet ain't nobody ever
Who
thought of
wants to think about that? Who
Okay.
wants?
I bet ain't nobody ever thought of it. Give me something to wipe my eyes with. I got salt and something in my eye.
Probably some of that bath water.
Okay. Nina, y'all be clowning. Selena, what you make me think about that for? Okay. Y'all excuse me. I'm sorry. Damn, Monica.
I don't even want to know what she said.
What about the folks that pee in the water?
Oh, man.
When I play that record in the morning, I'm gonna play it too. Okay. I'm gonna play that record in the moment. Yeah. So, is your love for her so strong that you'll drink a little pee water? Okay. Let me stop. I'll save all this for in the. Oh, I cut up in the morning on the Blues Show. It ain't no Bobby O.J. show. It's the Fatty Bear show. Pastor Fatty Bear at the microphone playing the best in blues, grown folk blues, having grown folk conversation. That is something to think about. Ali probably didn't think about that when he wrote that song. He probably didn't have no girl that ever peed in the water. Dale, don't look at me like that. You ain't never peed in the
No,
bad
I
water?
have not.
You have never peed
Never.
you ain't never peed in
Never.
the water. But Miss Ernestine told you, don't pee in
Yeah,
the
but
water.
it's a toilet right there.
If you're already in the water,
Yeah, it's a toilet right there.
all right, you done got in the tub, it's nice and hot, the bubbles all up around your neck.
Actually, what you do is make sure you use it before you get in.
Sometimes you might not have
You
to
ain't-
pee
yeah.
until you get in the water.
Yeah, that ain't how it works.
Y'all done took my show a whole different.
No, you.
Wait.
And you and your nastiness.
You ever peed in the shower?
No.
You too damn good. Everybody done peed in the shower.
Everybody has not peed in the shower.
Huh?
Everybody has not.
The water going right down,
So?
the pee going right down there
Do you
in the
pee
hole.
in the shower?
Yes.
You're nasty.
Okay. When you get out the tub, the pee, out
Yeah,
the
pee on
shower,
your feet.
the pee. When you get out the shower, you're gonna hit the water and the water gonna take it on down, right? So if you pee while you in the shower, it's going down in the hole.
Pee gonna be on your feet.
You wash your feet. You don't pee on your feet.
No, I don't do that.
You don't
I'm
pee
gonna
on
do
your
that.
feet. Damn, Dale.
Somebody said they do it all the time.
You do too.
I do not.
Yes, Dale.
Yes. Come on, ask me what you finna ask me. Come on with it.
Somebody said pee and then take a bath in the same water. Now we talking about the shower. You're already standing up. You just let it go. Shh.
No.
All right, let me do something real quick. Ain't no telling what we talk about on this show. Now I'm sorry if you offended. Take your cut your damn little offended TV off. Hell, cause that's real life. Everybody peed in the shower
Everybody is not.
and in the swimming pool.
No. That ain't funny.
What you think they put that chlorine in the swimming pool for?
I believe you, it still ain't funny.
For pee in the pool.
You don't put your head, you can't swim, so you don't put your head in there. I be swimming.
You ain't gotta tell everybody I can't swim. I ain't no damn fish. I used to go to the pool when I was a little boy. Look, I remember being in Jamaica. I was in Jamaica. I was on one of them glass bottom boats. And this was before the cell phone started taking the pictures. I had me one of them nice cameras, and I fell my ass off into the water
With the camera.
in the glass in Jamaica. And I'm just a splashing, like I'm finna drown or something. and the Jamaican man said, "Brother, stand
Stand
up,
up."
son. Just stand up." I said, "Oh, we were still in the shadow, Paul." Okay, look, I'm through with that. I'm through. I need to go somewhere where they got a swimming pool. Maybe next week when I'm out of town. Oh, when I get to Miami in October, I'm sure I'll get in a pool. I'll get up to the 5 feet. Ain't no damn fish. Hell, I ain't Tarzan. All right. Salisbury did much better than he did the last time he was here. So if y'all think he did good, go and vote for him. Look, Craig Littles, you already got a commercial cut. You need to get in the cut on the Thaddeus Matthews show. Cause Brian done got him some votes tonight. Now ain't no, cause all that smart talk he did, them numbers and them big words and all them things that he want to do, he got him some, he impressed some folks. So, Craig Littles and Cheyenne was telling some folks, I talked about somebody in her family. Hell, I done forgot when. Cheyenne, that ain't got a damn thing to do with this election. If you don't let the folk know you out here, your ass gonna lose. Okay? Because in this race, Craig Littles has been out here. Brian is out here. I don't know nothing about Frank Johnson. Look, it ain't gonna cost y'all now. This need to go all the way until next Thursday. $750. That's with an appearance on the Thaddeus Matthews show. Okay, 700. We trying to get poll workers, baby. You ain't gonna need no poll workers if ain't nobody voting for your ass. Everybody ain't impressed by all them little brochures and thing y'all get. Oh, what did I do with his number? For those of y'all that want to work for Brian, ain't but $80 a day. Y'all got about 3 days left in this week. Then he gonna need a bunch of folk next Thursday. $80 a person. It's $80. That's about 10 hours a day, ain't it? Yeah, that's about $10. And if you ain't got no damn job, it beats the hell out of sitting up on your ass waiting for your EB&T card to come. Call Brian at 901-864-2515. 864-2515. Now let me say something real serious. Real serious. I'm trying to feed some folk. And I'm at the point, if y'all don't care, why should I care? I'm tired. I'm real tired. I'm tired of taking all of my assets to trying to do for this community, and nobody even appreciates what I do, including some of the members, and got a few, of Naked Truth, Liberation, and Empowerment Ministry. Mexican, you gone. I need your help because I've got until Wednesday to come up with the monies that I need to be able to buy some more food for these folks. I got food now for about, I don't know, how many families? About 50 families left over. I got 25,000 pounds of groceries. Yes, I got some USDA free stuff, but hell, you need something to go with it. We had plenty of groceries. I invested a lot of my time and my monies into this. But hell, I carried basically 99% of the expenses of this ministry. And it's financially working on me. When you put $100,000 a year into ministry trying to help folk, you hurt yourself in the end. Oh yeah, you do for folk. You do for folk that won't even say thank you, won't even come and see you on a Sunday morning. Now, I need as many of you right now. Put the thing up there, T. I need some $25. I need some $50. I need some $100. Thanks to those of you who have given, okay? And I've had 2 or 3 hundreds. I've had a couple of 50s and a few 25s. But to feed these folk, and I got to have a decision. I got to be able to do this by Wednesday, okay? I got a Memphis Light Gas and water bill at the church. Reverend Rucker, Pastor Rucker. Man, Pastor Jones had you come over and fix a leak that I got on the property. What's Rucker's first name? And what's his church in Mississippi? You've been out there 3 times. My utility bill on just the little house, I paid how much on the utility bill for that? My water is running 24 hours a day. The water line on the property, I got one water line that maintains the church building as well as the house. How much I paid last week?
$19.69.
I paid $1,969 last week. On the main building, I got an $1,100 utility bill that's due this week. So, Pastor Rucker, somebody send me Rucker's first name. Man, I need you because you've been paid to fix the leak. I ain't got nothing to do with the fact that you finna go through a divorce. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Don't care. But that water line that you fixed twice is running again out of the ground. I need you to come and fix it, Doc. That's all I want you to do. Now, you've been telling Jones you coming for 2 weeks, and you ain't got that. Now, you got a business, brother. Don't let me have to talk about you don't take care of your business with your business, and you have-as do business, so won't nobody do business with you. Come on, brother. Come on and take care of the business of stopping that leak in the ground, because it's killing me. Now, so with all of that, and I got to take care of my building, feeding folk is just something that God gave me the heart to want to do. But hell, I'm going to take care of my building before I take care of feeding folk. I want to feed 500 folk a month, but I need y'all to help me. When y'all get through talking about me, I'm the only somebody you know that do what I do and mean what I say when I say it. Cash App, $ Naked Truth Ministries. $ Naked Truth Ministries, or PayPal.me/help support group. I need your help. And I need your help now. Okay? Whoever this is, they gone. I need your help. I need your help. I'm going to have to stop the program. From a business standpoint, I've got to do business. I can't just be spiritual and don't do business. Now, I've got the building. It's been full. I got 25,000. Plus, I'm gonna have to get me some Mexicans to help me unload the truck. You know, Brother Hunter, Brother Hunter. That's my man. But Brother Hunter ain't able. They don't send but one man when they bring that truck. That truck there was damn near 8 hours unloading all of that food. And y'all know I ain't finna do all this sweating. I swear for God, and I know and don't need me even telling y'all that I'm finna do a whole lot of Manuel. That's a Mexican. That ain't a nigga. That's a Mexican. I ain't finna do all that Manuel. I'll be too tired and broke down. I won't be able to come and be on the TV. No, I need your help right now. Okay? Uh, now, I'm not playing the damn victim card, ignorant ass fool. I want to call you a mother flucker. I don't have to be because I'm gonna eat. I eat well every day. I'm trying to feed folk that's hungry. And if y'all don't, it's hey, it's you. It's you. But I'm not. And I got to use some damn good sense. I can't spend all of my money helping folk that don't even appreciate me helping them. I don't get nobody from the community around the church that come to the church. Folk that do come on Sunday morning are from other areas of the city and tourists. Now I get folk that come from all over the country when they're coming through Memphis. They want to go to the cussing pastor's church. I'm feeding folk. I fed 317 last month, 272 families the month before. I'm talking about families. We provided groceries for families. So I need your help. I'm preparing to do something for Christmas I'm not doing toys this year. I'm tired of the toy drives. Everybody's gonna be giving away toys. You give folk toys, they won't even come back to the church and say, look, I sure appreciate you doing it. And we've given away dozens of toys and I know at least in the last 3 years, we've given away way over 100 brand new bicycles. I ain't doing that this year. What I'm doing is we're going to go, how many elderly homes we have?
10.
We're going to find 10 senior citizen facilities and provide them some Christmas in the folk. Because see, y'all take y'all kinfolk out there and just leave their ass there. Don't go back and see them until they dead. Then you go get them then because you want their insurance policy. No. So we're going to do this year for the elderly. We're going to find 10 facilities and find 10 people in those facilities. And I know I'm going to end up with more than that because I don't want the elderly people seeing me give to some and don't give to others. So I might, Dale,
Yes, sir.
we might just do best finding one large facility because they ain't gonna do nobody but work you to death with all of these various, trying to find 10 different elderly centers. Maybe we can find one large, even if it's the one where we had the elderly lady at that died, and we would go out there. That's the one on Parkway. Okay, that's the one on Parkway right across from Bloomfield. I ain't giving no toys, but here I am. I've tried to help people in this community. And y'all keep kicking me in my ass until you need something. So if you don't think and you don't want, and I ain't got no folk at Naked Truth. I ain't got but a handful of folk at Naked Truth. Okay? And that handful, I preach as hard for 10 as I would for 1,000. I preached my ass off yesterday. And I'm preaching Sunday morning the consequences of being a fool. That's my message Sunday morning. Y'all come and join me. The consequences of being a fool is what I'm going to talk about. I got 2 minutes. And I don't think we done got one dime from nobody. Let me look. So my thing is this, Dale. If by Wednesday we have not gotten a certain amount, then I ain't doing it. Okay? I ain't doing it. I'm not going to continue to go in my pocket for this community, mispaying bills that I have for living, for this business, and for the church. I'm not going to keep on doing that. Okay? I'm not going to keep on doing that at all. Okay? At some points, you just got to stop and have some damn sense for yourself. Because folk will use you as long as they can use you and then cast you to the side. So it's been a great idea, and I don't need but a couple of $1,000. But, you know, and I'm not going to miss paying the church's bills to feed folk. I want to do it. And this is what frustrates me. All right, you politicians, $750. Y'all need to tell Craig Littles and Cheyenne Johnson that More Than Night did all right. And I'm gonna have to push him if they don't get involved in it in the process. Okay? That's it. If you need to call me, you politicians can call me at 231-9239. Unless you know my regular number, 231-9239. 231-9239. Just call me and we will take care of you. You need to call me tomorrow only if you got your monies, okay? And let me push you through the end of early voting. These numbers are not the best numbers, but they're not as dismal as some would make you think. There's only been 22,000 people that have voted in early voting, down almost 10,000 from, what year was that? 2015. If you're calling me about advertising, I'll be off there in a minute. So call me back when I get off the air, okay? At 231-9239. You politicians, I don't care whether you're a white politician or green politician. I don't give a damn who you are. If you got some money, we can get you. You need to come and be on the show. You need to come be on the show. You need to let me talk about you and push you all the way until the 3rd of October, which is next week. Don't think that you got it locked down. Nobody has it locked down, okay? Go and vote early tomorrow. Go and vote for Dr. W. Harrington. Cash App, Naked Truth Ministries. Do it right now. I appreciate it. If you don't, well, I've done what I'm supposed to do. Until tomorrow night, top of the evening to you.